One of the questions I get asked often is, John, I realize I need to put up my prices. I haven't done that for some time, but I'm not quite sure how to go about it, or I'm lacking a little bit of confidence around that. How do you do it confidently and successfully as well? So in this short video, I want to share with you just 3 insights about how you can confidently raise your prices and do it on a regular basis to ensure that you're being paid what you're worth, your customers are valuing you, and you also value yourself in getting the reward financially for the work that you're doing. Firstly, I want you to think about one of the reasons why people don't put up their prices is because they don't value themselves enough. And one of the key components when working with clients at Pro Trade United is understanding that valuing yourself first is so important, because unless you value you, no one else will value you. So think about your experience, your expertise, how long you've been in your trade. Think about, the value that you can add to other people. And here's something to consider. What is the difference between someone who charges $70, say, an hour for their labor, to someone who might charge $130 an hour for their labor? Both equally skilled, equally experienced, both deliver the same outcome. The difference, one person feels better about themselves. That might be very simplistic, but that's the key. A quick example here, previous chapter of my employment, as I used to have a personal training business. Now, when I first started, I used to charge around $60 a session. When I stopped personal training 5 or 6 years later, I was charging around $250, $260 a session. The difference being, yes, I might have had a bit more experience under my belt, but the clients were getting exactly the same outcome. The difference was I felt better about myself, I knew my value, and then I delivered upon that as well. The other reason why you may not be putting up your prices is because you look at the work that you do and you, because you're a master of your craft, you go, what I do isn't that complicated. It's actually quite simple. And I wouldn't pay someone $130 to come and fix it, or an hour to come and do what I do, because I know really what goes on behind the scenes. Now, when you explore that, I can relate too. When I was a personal trainer, I thought, who would pay $250 a session for someone to stand beside them on a treadmill and work with them, to motivate them, to keep them moving? Because I would never do that. But as a personal trainer, I was healthy, I was fit, I was self-motivated, and I couldn't see the value in that. But as soon as I realized that by having someone alongside them, guiding them, supporting to them, listening to them, that was the value that they got out of that. So think about the problems that you're solving for your customers. It's not you're fixing the widget, you're installing the gadget. You're also decreasing the hassle, you're doing it quickly, professionally, you're taking the challenge out of your potential clients' lives, and there's so much more value in that as well. So first and foremost, value who you are, what you do, your experience and your expertise. And once you value yourself, you'll find that other people will value you as well. The fears and concerns that potential clients have around putting up their prices is, what if they lose business? Well, sometimes you might lose the dud business that you don't want, the people who are the price shoppers. But here's the next step. Raise your prices immediately for new customers. For new business. Raise your prices straight away, because they don't have anything to compare with. So particularly if you're in a service maintenance type business, people inquire about you, add another 10 or 15% onto your prices straight away, particularly if you haven't put them up for the last 12 to 18 months. Now is the time to do so. And make sure you educate people on the value that you are offering. Not what you're selling, not what you're doing, but what's the value, what's the benefit to what you're providing as well. Educate, don't sell. So the second one is put your prices up immediately for new customers. And then with your existing customers, what I would recommend is you communicate in advance. People who've been working with you for a while, give them maybe 3 months notice. You might say, well, here's the first of this month, in around 2 to 3 months' time. I just wanted to communicate in advance that our pricing structure will be changing. It'll be going from this to this. The reason being is, and you might explain, materials are going up, the cost of employment is going up, the cost of living in general and running a business is going up. And for us to remain a viable business, we need to keep up with that. Also, I want to let you know that we've been doing training and development with our team. We're up to date with the latest products and developments in the industry. And we pride ourselves being an expert for you in this space. If you have any questions, please give me a call or be in touch. Now, you might send an official letter, an email with some of your most valued clients. It'd be great to jump on the phone and also let them know. I guarantee they will value that communication. You are seen as a professional of your trade, and you'll find, I think, that very few people will object to that. In fact, they'll probably understand it because the cost of everything else is going up as well. So 3 simple ideas, and here's one thing to evaluate. When you do put your prices up, I think you'll find that you won't lose any, if not many clients. In fact, the ones that will not work with you anymore are probably the clients that you don't want to work with anyway. So continue to be a master of your craft, a professional of your trade, value yourself, continue to put up your prices every 6 to 12 months in particular areas, and communicate in an amazing way. And I think you'll find there's a great difference there. All the best, and if you need any support with this, please let us know.